Here we are again, waiting to go to work. I've made a couple of videos recently where I talked about the fact that I don't think you should get involved with a woman in the Philippines with the expectation that she's going to help you take care of all your bills and help support you, you know? That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your wife working. I was watching a video just this morning from a British expat in the Philippines. And he was giving one of his reality checks to people who are living in dream world. You know, that when you move to the Philippines, you have to remember that your pension is yours. It's not hers. And you can't be expected to handle every single little family crisis, and every time somebody gets hurt in an accident or whatever, or gets sick, it's not really on you to take care of all those things. And that if your wife is working, one of the big benefits is that down the road later, after you're gone, that she has something that she can do to help keep things going. If you've built a house and so forth, that house needs to be maintained. She needs to be able to get food to eat. And if she has a job and all of that, aside from pitching in right now, you know, while you're still there, after you're gone, obviously, it makes sense for her to be able to do something, you know, and have some kind of skill or job, some kind of way of making income. And as he pointed out, having her, you know, help you start a YouTube channel and then spinning off one of her own where she walks around in a bikini trying to make money like that, that might not be the best plan, you know. And I have to say that those are very good points. You know, I don't have anything against, you know, someone going over there and having their wife or their girlfriend working. I'm just saying that you shouldn't move over there and think that's going to happen. Especially if you're just moving over there and you're not even involved with anybody to start with. I don't think you should go in there with the expectation that you're going to find somebody who's going to be able to help pay your bills and stuff. I just don't think you should do that. If that is what you need, then you probably should not have a girlfriend. But people go over there, and once they're there, they suddenly decide, oh, wow, everybody's got a young girlfriend, I should do that. And I just don't think that's the way you should do things. If you're married, obviously, it's a totally different situation. If you're married, especially if you're already married, you know, and been living here in the States or somewhere before you go over there, you know, you're a partnership. You can't just say, well, this money's mine and that money's yours, you know. Obviously, there's the old joke. Of course, it's not cold enough to drink yet. There's the old joke about, you know, in a marriage, you know, what's yours is yours, and what's hers is hers, and what's yours is hers, you know? And that's the way a lot of people look at things. But, you know, you can't just look at things as though I've got part of my money that I'm bringing in, and then for everything you want to do and all your needs, then you have your money you're bringing in. When you're married, that's just not acceptable, you know? I mean, I don't know, maybe for some people it is, but for me, if you're married to someone and that's your life partner, what you have belongs to each other. You know, what's yours is both of yours, and what's hers is both of yours. That's the way it has to be for a successful partnership to work. You can't just say, well, I'm keeping some of this aside for me. I know today a lot of men, you know, they're so tired of men always being the ones who get screwed in divorces and so forth. And, you know, they're very defensive about, you know, I'm going to hold on to something in reserve. But if you're holding on to something in reserve, then obviously you're not totally committed to success. And not being totally committed to success breeds failure, you know? That's just how it is. It's kind of like in that movie, what was it? Point Break, where Patrick Swayze tells Keanu Reeves, you know, fear causes hesitation, and hesitation causes your worst fears to come true. That's kind of the way it is. If you're not totally committed to making a success of something, and you're holding part of yourself back, you're dooming it to failure almost, because the thing that makes a successful endeavor is the fact that you're giving everything you've got. and you're not holding something back. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you don't want to get stuck in that. If you're married, it should be a full commitment, and both of you should be on board with that. So there's a difference between just moving to the Philippines and having a girlfriend that you find, and suddenly, somebody wants to move in and expects you to take care of all of their problems and expenses in their family. You obviously can't do that. But if you're married and you're going over to the Philippines, it's a little different story. Still, there are good reasons for your wife to have a job and to be working. And a big part of it is probably that your wife wants to work. My wife, when I first met her, she was starting her last year of college to be an English teacher. And when she moved over here, from the Philippines, first couple years she was here, we were kind of just running around, having fun, letting her explore Florida and America, and getting used to being here in a new country. And then when she was finally ready to go out and, I need to get a job, then the pandemic hit, the China virus, the Wuhan virus, whatever you want to call it. And so that kind of, put a big damper on things for a while. But there was this one local Walgreens right up the street from where we live. And there was another woman from the Philippines who's been working there for a long time. And she helped her get on there. I don't know if she ever actually had an official interview and all of that, She just ended up working there. And now they love her because she is extremely hard worker and she knows everything that goes on there. Some of the different managers that have come through have trained her to do all kinds of things. That, they get new managers and they're shocked that she knows how to do all this stuff. And they're always wanting her to be a shift lead. Right now, she has such a sweet schedule, though, working daylight hours Monday through Friday and off on the weekends, that it's kind of hard for her to give that up for just like another $2 an hour or whatever. Especially because now, when she first started there, she was working a lot of different hours, working a lot in the evenings. But it's pretty nice with me working, daylight hours. And, being off on Sundays at least every week, that she has the weekends off and working daylight hours gives us a lot more time together. So that's pretty sweet. But, she likes working. And when you get married to someone over there, you'll find that they want to contribute. They want to be a part of the equation and a part of the solution to the problems. And they don't want to feel like, you're just taking care of them and they're not contributing any. A lot of guys, they just kind of have this blanket assessment of Filipinas that they're all just looking for someone to take care of them so they can steal all your money without contributing anything. And a lot of them are. But I shouldn't say a lot of them, but, there probably are. I wouldn't say a majority, but a lot. But, also you have to realize that it was foreigners who went over there and trained them to be like that. A lot of the people went over there in the military, treated the place like a virtual reality playground, and they had their fun without it having, without them thinking it should have any kind of impact on their real life. And then they went back home to America and went back to their normal life and running around talking about what good Christians they were and stuff after they had spent their military years, screwing around all over Asia or Germany or wherever it was. And, we trained them to know that what they have to sell, what they have to offer, and how they can make money out of it and get people to take care of them. And then we complain because, there's so many of them that act like that. But anyways, that's my little thought on that. A lot of Filipinos want to work. They're not expecting you to just go over there and give them everything. And if you give them the chance, they're really good workers. And they are very, very smart. And they can be a part of the solution and not just a problem.